Hello, friends. It's Chapo.
I mean, like something, and then you have Liz Truss in the UK just doing a suicide bombing run on her own economy for some reason.
They're undoing Brexit.
How so?
She's like going out of her way. She's rolling out the red carpet for the Brussels guys in a way that Boris would have never.
Look, we all had a laugh at the expense of the British and the death of their beloved monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. But you can't help but notice that, like, 2 days after she died, like, the entire country of England is just circling the drain.
Yeah, holy shit.
It's just, oh my God, like, the pound is cratering. And Truss, Liz, our gal Liz, is instituting a massive slate of tax cuts during a period of wild inflation.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. I guess she wants to do the Ireland thing of just being a tax shelter, but guess what? Ireland's in the EU, dummy. Like you're not access to that market anymore. You can't not access to that network now. You got nowhere to go. It's pretty crazy.
I guess the thinking there would be that you're like the financial hub for the Commonwealth. Oh God,
which is fucking shrinking every day as countries become republics.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I mean it seems like there's not going to be a UK that much longer.
No, they're on the speed run. They're on break this motherfucker up speed run. Get back to just England being England again. Then fuck that. Keep going. Go back to Mercia and Anglia and shit. East Anglia. Yeah. Let's get the Danes back in there.
Yes.
I'd rather the boneless running around in a technical made out of a bloody lorry.
Honestly, the Danes seem bored. The Danes were one of the few of those Northern European countries that like tried to present a significant presence in Iraq. In the coalition.
That's true, yeah, crazily.
Yeah, they're bored. They haven't done anything in like 1,500 years.
Go in there, just invade.
Yeah.
Just take the top of it.
King Canute.
Yeah.
Coming back, folks.
He invented Bluetooth.
the tides, I'm ordering them. They're rolling back, folks.
We can certainly use that now.
Yeah.
As the ocean swallows more and more of our coastal territories.
But yeah, back to our girl Liz. I remember a couple weeks ago when she became the PM. I was like, who is this Liz Truss person? Well, a lot of people have answered my question. You know, a lot of canny listeners have cued me in on Truss mania. Okay, fact number one about Liz Truss: she's a goer. She's a right bird and a proper
fit.
slag. She's fit. She's fit. And now we've had sort of like blind items submitted to us about PM Liz, and apparently, like her signature thing is, how shall I put this? Acquiring power for herself through her asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know how else to put this. Apparently she's a fan of anal, or at least a blind item saying there's like, you know, certain British politician.
Allegedly
a certain British politician has fucked her way to the top of the Buddy Tory party, but has done it in a very specific way.
Down the dirt road.
Yes, exactly.
Who's the source on this?
Option number 3.
Who's the source on this? Like a 7th grader?
Very well could be, knowing our listeners.
Yeah.
But
it was Ralph Wiggum.
Then I saw one of the babies, and the baby looked at me.
And other people pointed out that like she wears a necklace that would seem to or like people interpret as connoting being in an active BDSM relationship.
It's called apparently I just found this out. It's called a day collar, and it's something that you wear to signal that you are you're the property of somebody else.
Right. And like
no one actually likes doing that stuff. Like no one thinks any of that's hot. They just like want to be vampires.
I mean, they do. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a day collar would be like, you know, your night collar. You know, you're at an orgy. You know, like that's like a nice thick piece of leather.
Yeah, sure.
Got enough, you know, like a ring for a leash that you can attach to it. Mm-hmm. But the day collar is like, you know, for the
just a symbol
for when you're being a day walker.
Yes.
Yeah.
if you're a BDSM person that like, you know, has a job and but it's still in a 24/7 DS relationship.
Someone
you got to be a day walker.
Very interestingly, that she didn't always wear this. This hasn't been her thing her entire public career. She started wearing it after she admitted publicly that she had an affair, but stayed with her husband. They stayed together.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Tory politicians. I especially like the the women, they're all Kelly Loeffler. They're all like if Kelly Loeffler became president.
Yeah.
They're all like the least charismatic Republicans you could find.
It's amazing.
Like, yeah, you don't, for Tories at least, Boris Johnson seemed like an outlier because he seemed like the only one who sort of like had this force of personality
Right.
and this like distinct like brand, I guess.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like fucking Richard Burr. If Richard Burr became president, that's how they pick them. They just find like the most boring, most anti-charismatic person.
They're wildly
I mean,
colorless.
like, if these allegations are true, I'd say Liz is far from boring.
No, I'd say that that's like what boring people do to like try to add something. Like that's what the fucking computer guy at someone's job does.
I'm not referring to the I'm not referring to the BDSM relationship because like whatever that's that's washed at this point anyway. What I mean is like in the blind item that I was sent by an eagle-eyed 7th grader in Ireland. Apparently the unnamed Tory politician who fucked her way to the top through option number 3, shall we say. Apparently the catchphrase that she would tell blokes is "go in dry."
That's not like I have a lot of trouble believing a lot of this. Go in dry. So what? She was just like she was in the exchequer meetings bleeding from her asshole. Going dry.
Is your source on this reliable?
No, I am fact checking this. This is just no.
I don't think any true British patriots fact check these items.
No. I'm calling Glenn Kessler. I'm just saying, like the guy.
Talk about pants on fire. Woo!
I'm saying that the guy who fucked her had to have like the most ergonomic dick ever. He had to like, in order for her to like, okay, so the allegation is she is just pretty much daily getting rawed out in the asshole dry, like probably like taking a Dyson Airblade and just shooting it into her asshole so it's as dry as painful and possible as possible. Or like the maximum like chafing and bleeding, like if a chubby person ran a marathon, their inner thighs. Okay, and I'm just supposed to believe this, like sight unseen, no corroboration.
Okay, but if that were true, though, don't you think it would make her pretty interesting?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, like I would like to interview her about it. I would like to be like, why do you like that?
Yeah, what's your deal?
Yeah, because I've never heard of like any woman liking that specifically.
But keep in mind, she is British, though.
I guess they do like suffering.
They do get off
they
on
love
it.
being miserable.
They're probably like the happiest they've ever been.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're going. They're so.
They're loving
pleased.
it.
It's like it's the Blitz again, mates.
Yeah.
Matt, you and I were talking about old Tressie the other day, and like you could look at this through like a certain lens. Like she becomes PM, and then within about 10 minutes of that, like the UK is just cratering.
Yeah.
Like the pound is fucking falling off a cliff. Now we do know that like when she was at uni, she was an anti-monarchist back then, and there's videos of her talking about how like just because someone's born into a family, it doesn't give them the right to have all this power and privilege. Okay, hear me out here. What if Truss has been like a long con agent planted by McConnell, Corbyn? They didn't know, Matt. You said like Red Sparrow. She went to horror school.
Yeah,
she went to Red Horror School to take over the UK and then destroy it from within.
Ooh.
It's like Corbyn. Okay, they're like Corbyn. We had our chance to have like a working class Labour Party, like a pro Brexit. So they would have solved all these problems. And they're like, okay, well, we can't have that. Activate the trust contingency.
Her parents
we will destroy the UK.
Her parents are left of Labour. Like her parents are lefties, and she comes from a left-wing family that her dad anyway disowned her political career. Was that a cover the whole time? Was she doing DiCaprio in The Departed style shit here by joining the police force? Who knows? Or by like going to jail and then coming out and fake? Who knows? Did she get sheep dipped? Who can tell? She's certainly acting like it because I don't know what they're going to do over there.
Yeah, the tax cut thing is like if you were trying to crash the pound.
Yeah. Well, okay. It could be trust contingency, Red Sparrow Horror School, or as I just saw a headline the other day, they're like, okay, because the pound is crashing so much, we're going to have to consider budget cuts that include privatizing the NHS. Sorry, we just have to do it.
Oh, darn it.
Oh, whoops. Yeah.
So I mean,
Well,
like,
you know,
that
I can
could be
understand
the
why.
ultimate goal here.
Because, as we know in America, privatized healthcare is so much more affordable for the government. It's so much cheaper
yeah.
for the government to do it that way. They pay like you pay like the government. Yes, we have private insurance and all that, but the government pays way less than they do in countries that have socialized medicine. So
Yeah.
I understand the savings that they would get out of doing that.